Hi, it's Jenny from Buggy Baby, and today we're having a look at the Joie Signature iSpin Grow. The Joie Signature iSpin Grow is part of Joie's premium range, so with that you can expect to get premium fabrics, and obviously the product's going to be packed full of features. It's an I-size car seat, which means you can do extended rear facing, and you can have rearward facing up until your child is 4 years old with this. But the seat does last your child up until they're around 7 years old or 25 kilograms. So it's got years of usage in it, which is great. We retail this at £400. It's slightly more expensive than some other car seats, but as I said, this is because it is the premium range, and clearly you're going from birth to 7 years here, so you are going to get your money's worth at the end of it. We're looking at this in the oyster colour. Now this does come in other colourways, and let's get this open so you can see exactly what it looks like. This car seat here spins 360, which I know lots of people love to have on a car seat. And as with all Joie car seats, you're gonna expect here really good quality. So I'm gonna get this out of the box, and then we can have a look at all the fabrics, and we can get it set up and see what it does. So this is what you'll see when you get it out of the box. So we can see here the fabrics are really high quality. We've got a linen effect on the outside of the seat. It includes a newborn insert, and there's a newborn wedge in there as well. And also you've got the instruction manuals. We have got here a side protection pod that we'll need to install, and also here are the guides that we need to put the ISOFIX in the car. So these would attach to the bar on our seat of the car, and then you would use that as a guide to fix your ISOFIX on. So from first sight, you've got lovely little leatherette detailing all on the seat, the piping round here, the label. We've got these lovely padded covers on the straps, and as I said, there is absolutely loads of padding on there. As with all of these I-size car seats, the base is fixed onto the seat. So if you're expecting to find a traditional infant carrier that you can take on and off a base and pop over your arm and pop it onto the frame of a pushchair, this isn't what an I-size seat is. An I-size seat is designed to stay in the car. It's really easy to transfer it from one car into another, especially with the ISOFIX, but it isn't designed to take out and about. And also worth noting is they are heavy. So again, if you're expecting the weight of a traditional infant carrier, you're not going to have that with this. They are heavy, and that is because the base is included on the seat. So for this one in particular, this is just over 14 kilograms. So it really does have some weight to it. So we're going to put the car seat on here, and you can see that I've got these guides already attached to the bar. And now we're going to pop this into place. Okay, so to do that, you're going to have to release the ISOFIX bars. So here are the ISOFIX bars. If you look, we can see we've got the little red colour showing here to show us obviously that it's not attached, not in place. And that would also show if you didn't have it fixed correctly. And what you'll need to do to release those bars is pull in this little grey button, and at the same time you'll be able to pull out the bars. There we go. And you will need to do that, otherwise you won't be able to get it in place. So using the guides, we push these in, and we're just going to click it into place. And if you could hear that click, there we go. We can see that the green part is showing now, and that shows us that we have it installed correctly. Now, unlike some other ISOFIX seats, we don't have a foot bar, which you do find, and because we don't have that, we have what they call a top tether. Here is the top tether. Now I'm not going to get this out, but what you would do is attach that to the back of the seat, and that's just going to make sure that it's completely secure. And as I said, that's just in place of having the normal foot bar that you would see on the side of one of these seats. Okay, so now we're all in place and nice and secure, and you can see how secure that is even without me doing the top tether. I'm going to show you how it spins. So if you have a look here, we've got on both sides these grey buttons that are going to push up, and when you push them up, you can spin the seat round. There we go. And then it will click into place. As I said at the start, you can do extended rearward facing with this seat, so you can keep your child in here until they're 4 years old. And rearward facing is the safest way to travel with your child. Some people choose to turn their child around at 15 months. That's the age in which you can spin them around forward facing. And some people decide to keep them rearward facing for as long as they can. A lot of people worry about the space that your child's going to have with their knees up, but we can have a look at that when we take out the newborn inserts and see how much room there is. But it's normally the parents worrying about it more than the kids. And what they do is they just get used to sitting with their knees up. And if you do have a child that doesn't want to be rearward facing, it's not a problem on this, because you can just spin them round after 15 months and have them forward facing. So let's have a look at the newborn insert. I'm going to get my little weighted baby to put in there so you can see what they'll look like in the seat. All right then, let's get the baby in and strap them in so you can get a really good idea of what your baby will look like in here if you're using it for newborn. Okay, so here's our clasp, nice and sturdy. We're going to clip that into place. Right, and then the green shows that you have strapped your child in properly. So that's a nice little indicator there that you've got everything as it should be. So here is our baby. You can see how much padding there is. You can see how much support there is. And obviously with that newborn wedge, it just pushes them up into the right position. So let's spin baby round. There we go. And that gives you a really good idea of what it would be like for you if you are using it with your newborn. Now, if we take this little one out, I will show you what it looks like when you take out these newborn inserts. So firstly, this head part is removable on its own. So it might be that you still want to have the rest of this insert in, but you want more headspace for your baby, so you would just remove that off. And then you can remove the whole thing just like this. And if you'd like to, I think we can attach, that's it. We can take that part off and we can just have the wedge in there. So obviously as your newborn's growing, you might want to adapt it slightly. Your baby might be more comfortable having all of the extra bits taken off. And then once they're old enough, you remove that completely. And now you can see how much space you're going to have in there for your older child. So we can see a nice deep seat. It's still got loads and loads of padding for them. It's going to be extremely comfortable. I want to show you next how the recline works. So we've actually got this on full recline at the moment. So to adjust it, there's a button just here on the bottom of the seat, and you would just push that up and then move the seat at the same time. So this is it fully up. This is it fully reclined. It's not masses of difference, that it never is on these types of car seats, but it just gives you enough of a recline to make it more comfortable for your child if they're sleeping. And you can choose any position you want in between the lowest and the highest setting. So you can adjust it according to what your child likes. And if we spin this round, I'll show you what that looks like while we're rearward facing. So this is it all the way up. So they're a little bit more forward facing, and then we can recline that down And clearly you can do that while your child's in the seat, so you don't have to disturb them. So perhaps they've fallen asleep and you want to recline it when they're napping, and when they've woken up, you can then just push the seat back up. Next up, I'm going to show you how the headrest adjusts, and at the same time as moving the headrest up, the straps will move up and down as well. So this is to accommodate your child as they grow. Obviously, at some point, their head is going to get too high for this position and you'd need to move it up. So let's have a look at that while we're rearward facing still. I can see here we've got this grey handle and we're going to pull on it. Okay, so that's as high as it goes. And there's a lovely little indicator here to help you make sure that you've got the shoulder line correct, the positioning correct for your child as well. So this is as high as it goes, this is as high as the straps go, and as with all car seats, you want to make sure that this is equal to your child's shoulder. It's not going all the way over and it's not pulling down on them as well. And that just keeps them in the correct position and make sure that you're getting the full effect of the safety features. And then when you want to bring it down, you use this same part here and you would just push it back down. There you go. Show you that when we've got it forward facing. And let's recline it. There you are. So really simple to use. You're not going to have any problems at all. It's easy. It's very easy to operate. Now to adjust the straps, let's put our baby back in so I can show you this. So if you're wanting to make the straps tighter or you want to loosen them, this does work the same on most car seats. So you might be familiar with this already. There we go. Let's pull this down. Oh, poor baby's not in the right position. There we go. Okay. So what you would do for that is just here, you've got this little gap in the fabric, and when you reach through it, there's a little button there that you push down, and that would allow you to release the straps and loosen them. And then this black part here, this strap, you would pull on that to tighten the straps. So again, really easy, no problems to use at all. And it's very quick to do. The side protection pod that came in the box, it goes in to either side here, and you should put that onto the side that faces the car door. And that's just going to give you added protection if you were ever in a side collision. So I wanted to show you how much room you'd have if you were going to carry on with extended rear facing once your child is 15 months plus. So I've obviously not got any of the newborn inserts in here. So this is going to be exactly the amount of space that you will have for your older child. And if we pull this up as well, you can see there the space that you will have. So I know there are some concerns for some people that if you continue with rearward facing, your child's not going to have enough space, but actually they easily adapt to the space that they have, and they just sit with their knees up. So you might find that your child doesn't find it a comfortable way to travel, in which case that's not a problem. You can spin them round. But if they are happy to continue with rearward facing, and you are as well, you can see that you will have enough space in there as your child gets older. I want to show you how easy it is to release the seat from the ISOFIX position. So to do that, you would go back to your grey button here and you would press that in. As I said, that releases the ISOFIX bars, and so you will need to press that in to have any movement of them. So you would just press that in, and at the same time, if you can see here, we've got this little black button, and we would push that in along with our green one, and we would just pull it out of the bar. So if I pop it back in, and we'll do that again. So here, this little black button and the green button, we, at the same time of pressing in our ISOFIX release, just press on that and out it comes. So that's how easy it is to do. All of the extra padding and all of the protection that you've got in the headrest is just going to make sure that your child is as safe as possible. Obviously with car seats, it's utmost importance to make sure that your baby is not just comfortable but safe, and Joie do both of those things. So there you have it. That is the Joie signature iSpin Grow. It retails at £400. It is a bit pricier than some other car seats that you may look at. However, it's really high end. The fabric's absolutely fantastic on it. It's obviously very good looking, but as well as that, it does everything you need a car seat to do. It spins, which is very useful. It allows you to do extended rear facing up until 4 years old. And then you can spin it round and continue to use the seat until your child's 7 years old. As with all of the Joie car seats, you can remove all of the fabrics and pop them in the wash, and the straps and everything else on it. All of the mechanisms work really well and they're very easy for you to use. If you'd like any more information at all, you can go on to buggybaby.co.uk. I hope you've enjoyed the review and I hope it's made up your mind whether this is the car seat for you.